Hey, what's going on guys, Zev here, and welcome to today's video. As you guys can probably guess, I spend a good amount of time on Twitter. And no, I am not happy to share that. I enjoy the app because it's user-friendly and it's an easy distraction. You wanna know what else it's good for? Content. I've come to learn that people really enjoy dumb shit going down on Twitter. As you know, I've dabbled in a bit of drama myself, usually sticking not too far from the anime community. And I'd have to say that Chibi Reviews has to be the most hated user to ever grace this platform. So why is that? Who is he? And what exactly is he dealing with?
She wouldn't. It's my birthday.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way.
Chibi Reviews is primarily a YouTuber who focuses on anime-related content. However, in his free time, he's causing absolute mayhem on Twitter. Just look at these posts. How do you even respond to such unholy literature? Look at all this. Who would dare admit to being 30 years old?
Disgusting.
In all seriousness, it's my personal impression that Chibi is a chill guy. He keeps up with anime and manga related news, makes his random edgy tweets, and is all in all a pretty typical weeb. But as I say this, would you also be surprised to hear that Chibi has also been on the receiving end of numerous death threats, allegedly having his brother's grave desecrated, having a pipe bomb sent in his mail, his personal information doxed, and a fellow hater of his hijacking his inactive DeviantArt account just to start posting CP on it. As someone like me who's just a simple onlooker scrolling through my timeline, I ask myself what exactly someone does to warrant this kind of behavior. Now, of course, Twitter isn't exactly heaven on earth, but someone doesn't usually get this much negative attention without doing something vaguely questionable. Well, after a little digging, I found out what it was. At first, I didn't believe it. I couldn't believe that this was the oh so heinous act that led so many people to treat Chibi with so much hostility that he seems to live in their heads rent-free. You want to know where it all started? With a single tweet about Dandadan. He took that clip of the alien violation scene from episode 1 and captioned it, "The animators didn't need to go so hard for this scene." Okay. Really? Is this actually the issue? Can this single edgy tweet be the sole reason behind so much hate and harassment? You're such a fucking weirdo, dude. How you have a fan base blows my mind. This is so messed up. Of all the scenes you had to show off, bro. The animators went hard for every scene. Why are some anime fans so focused on praising scenes whenever they present themselves? First Berserk, now this. Can y'all just stop being deadbeats? Out of all the amazing scenes in the first episode, why do you post this one? You could have chosen any other moment in this episode, but you choose the one that she's getting essayed. You've proven a track record of fetishization, I can't fucking pronounce that, I just can't. Rather than doing anything about reviewing, I'm grossed out and going to report this account. Hyping a essay scene isn't the flex you think it is, bud. Even after all the bullshit I've seen from this godforsaken app, I am still left surprised by what these people choose to get pissed off at. This was the post that called all the toxic users over to Chibi's account. After that, they couldn't just leave the guy alone and focus on people they actually idolize, people they actually like. No, they stuck around and continued to get pissed off at any little thing he said. He would claim he doesn't believe being into lolly is pedophilia, so people call him a pedophile. He would make comments stating incest themes in anime are rather appealing, and so people would use a picture of him and his family against him all because it had a little girl in it. Keep in mind, this wasn't anything incriminating of actual illegal activity, just some debatable opinions and the occasional edgelord post he's known for. And you can see people all across this site bringing Chibi into random conversations or even violent discussions just so they can express how much they don't like him, even though, again, he's never done anything that indicates him of a legitimate crime. The hate has gotten so bad that the FBI had to get involved, and Chibi is still raising money to fund his lawsuit against some of his worst offenders. Now, while it is valid to wonder if all this internet drama is truly worth the attention and legal trouble, this is a case where I wholeheartedly understand why Chibi is choosing this approach to those who are directing harm towards him. And while death threats can be unfortunately common in online spaces, I don't feel it's something that should be normalized. So bringing the authorities into it isn't exactly something I can disagree with. Chibi has spoken about these hard times on his channel from time to time. Also, 9,000 videos throughout 11 years? Damn, dude, respect to the grind. The current legal ongoings of Chibi's case is up in the air from what I can tell, but even all of this hasn't stopped people from effortlessly slandering him with the same allegations to hardly any change in effect. So I wanted to use the main inspiration for this video to truly show how deluded these people are, the unfair hatred Chibi faces, and, you know, have a good laugh while we're at it. Here we go. So this cute little guy is Setting Punk. He's a member of Twitter's Dandadan community. It all started with a simple, completely unrelated post. For those of you who are not up to date, Dandadan has become the supreme leader of reposted content. It's hard to go one day without seeing some kind of Dandadan clip on Twitter. One of the most shared moments is the creepy bathhouse scene from season 1. And with the launch of the second season, this leaves even more clicks to be desired. So Setting Boy did just that. Why is nobody posting her beating their asses? As you can see, this post got a lot of attention from the fanbase, so it's easy to assume that he saw this meaty number and thought this was a green light to preach. I hate that Chibi made my favorite manga look like this. It's generating the wrong type of conversation, and I do think the source material can provoke powerful, thought-provoking talks. It's horrible seeing one of the main themes get misconstructed by lack of media comprehension. Yeah, he blames Chibi and his tasteless posting for making a rape scene look like a rape scene. Are you okay, dude? Are you seriously trying to blame a single guy for supposedly ruining your favorite manga by simply reposting its scenes in a humorous fashion? The result from your own post shows that your own group clearly understands what the series has to offer. Your precious manga is fine, dude. Chibi did nothing. So this dude got absolutely bombarded in the replies. People were ragging on him with simple logic, and he was not having it. So what does he do after making such an awful response to his own hit tweet? He just keeps typing away. Chibi Reviews and all his fans in my mentions defending and pedophilia. Feel free to block me because I can't wait to block you. Excuse me? The only racism that he's referring to are some users using the term hoodweeb. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but the definition of this term is in reference to a black anime fan who acts aggressively when defending the shonen genre. This isn't a term that I necessarily like. It seems to be another term adopted by Twitter Spaces just to expand upon internet language. For all I know, they aren't even using this term correctly here, because that means assuming the OP is black, which isn't information that's immediately available here. So the claims of racism, 50-50. But the problem here is that these types of responses are very minimal. So this guy is ignoring the actual valid arguments against him just to bring more pity onto himself. Also, that pedo allegation, we'll explain that as we move along. Considering what your side did to him, people have every right to rag on your community and the Boruto community. My side, everyone who did something to him is anonymous. I truly don't even believe the things he said were done. He hasn't presented any proof of any pipe bomb in his mailbox or his brother's grave being desecrated. It's very easy to create a burner account and lie. They were anonymous? It's the internet. Most people are anonymous. What are you talking about? Can someone please explain? Because I have no idea what the point of that was. Also, you were real quick to put the blame onto burner accounts. Why is that? Is it because that's something that you would do? People sent him a pipe bomb. He has every right to be upset. Where's the evidence of that? Man, I wish I could lie for sympathy and get as many people to believe me as he can. Why are you so quick to deny that Chibi had been unfairly harassed? Why do you doubt bad things have happened to him? Would that make you feel bad about targeting him like this? Are you just afraid to admit that you're going after someone who was unfairly harassed online and IRL? Why can't you just be an asshole towards him even if bad things happen to him? If you're gonna be an asshole, don't be a pussy. He literally posted a police report, and you believe that with no proof or evidence? Dude, you are practically sweating at the thought of bad things happening to this guy. Someone tells you that Chibi posted direct evidence of something happening, and you still look the other way. You deny the idea of evidence existing. Why can't you just say, I'm sorry that happened to him, but I don't like him? Why are you denying? Have you considered the possibility that being a pedophile needs to involve human children and not drawings, and that the manga you really like falls into every description you would ascribe to the Chibi likes as pedophile material? About all these pedo labels that get thrown around in regards to Chibi, I can't find if these are tied to an exact tweet. However, as we've talked about before, Chibi has been outspoken that he believes being a does not make you a pedophile. While this point of view is controversial and would benefit from further discussion, to label someone a pedo where no real child is being harmed or fantasized over seems like a bit of a heavy hammer to swing with. Have you ever considered that grown men that fantasize about children and save pictures of art made specifically of little girls aren't too far off from actual pedophilia? If I look through a person's phone and see a bunch of pictures of weed, I can only assume they're a smoker. Dude, you claim your favorite manga has featured many scenes of minors who were almost sexually violated. You're openly consuming said content. How is what you described not far off from what you're doing yourself? Also, if the pedo allegations are surrounding lolly material, that doesn't immediately mean underage girls. Lolly is just a small petite body type. There's a much larger argument of you consuming pedo content than actual cons. Now, I don't believe you're a pedophile. I'm not stupid enough to label you that over Japanese comic books, but by your standard and using proper definitions, you're the bad guy here. If you dislike Chibi for making your favorite manga look like this, and it's an official manga panel with no edits or screen caps of the anime, again with no edits, maybe it's time to ask yourself why it's your favorite manga in the first place. If I see a woman get raped and attempt to help her, it's a different situation than Chibi looking at the rape and saying, "This is hot, hey guys, look at this." This is essentially the difference. I don't think there's anything wrong with the source material, but how he presented it. You're comparing a stupid scene about aliens and high schoolers and comparing it to a scenario that involves a real woman getting assaulted. Brother, what is your problem? Can I please call your therapist? I have so many questions. How are you gonna help a fictional character in an over-the-top scene? Wow, you don't understand how metaphors work. They're using basic logic against you. Don't turn around and call them the stupid one here. You're the one having a meltdown because some dude that your own community doesn't even like had some takes that your community doesn't even agree with. You're not proving anything here. You're preaching to the choir because you got cocky. You got attention because of a low-effort tweet and decided to expose people to the person you really are. Just a bitter guy who's pissed off over anime and manga. Friendly reminder, these characters will never thank you. A lot of Chibi Reviews cult followers in the replies, bruh. Bro, this shit is sick. They're pretending he doesn't have influence while at the same time proving his influence. Shit is insane for real. They keep calling me hood weeb and tourist, only proving that his fanbase is as toxic and racist as I said it was. Ironic. Glad you're still keeping the peace. Sometimes when peace don't work, you have to choose violence. I guess I'm a hood weeb today. Oh, okay, so you call people racist and whine about them incorrectly labeling you a hood weeb, yet here you are taking on that title. Do you actually care? Like, seriously. Do you? Also, the origin of the term hoodweeb was made by a black guy who referenced other black anime fans that was used to fight against people who were supposedly racist. So yeah, whatever the term hoodweeb actually is, he's not even using it right. W block list in the replies. I've been going crazy with that block button. Wait, why is this guy blacked out? Wait, I'm blocked? Who even are you? What has Chibi Reviews done? Pretty much be an incel and piss me off. I don't need any reason more to not like him. Oh, so that's what it is, huh? He made you a little angry? Were your feelings hurt? That's the first thing you want people to know? And you expect to be taken seriously? What are you talking about? Why do you care? Keep scrolling, incel. You're not even gonna explain yourself? For all you know, I was just an onlooker, and I was genuinely asking you what was going on. You could have made an ally for all you know. Nope, you go on the offense. Because you know damn well what you're doing. You're just being an asshole. And not even an honest one. You're just a douche. You literally started it. Chibi Reviews and his fans in my mentions, implying that they were in my mentions before that post. No, they weren't. You started this. You made a tweet and dragged his name into it because you're salty. Don't rewrite the story. Then take your own advice and keep scrolling, incel. No, I'm replying to you. I have freedom of speech. I can say what I want. I'm not about to have my mentions flooded with you people and not reply. Who do you think you are? Have children if you want to tell somebody what to do.
Oh, the irony!
Yeah, this guy takes the cake for the most deluded dude of the month. And this isn't even all that uncommon for Chibi's haters. He made a few tweets that were out of the norm, he shared many opinions that are widely shared with countless anime fans, and these absolute freaks will label him with every bad name in the book and threaten him to the point where police had to get involved. Again, all because he, as an anime fan, made some tweets. And these people will gaslight you into thinking you're the bad guy. They'll compare real women getting abused to pencil marks on a piece of paper and still think they're being a hero. I'll be leaving Chibi's info down below. If you want to dive more into the situation and support Chibi in his legal troubles, then please feel free. If you just want to give your general support, then give him a follow on Twitter for tons of anime opinions and nonsense. So with all that being said, that's gonna do it for today. If y'all enjoyed, feel free to like and sub. Stay safe, stay sane, aliens exist, and they want your wiener. Goodbye.